Y'all, Greece is the word. Word that you heard. It's got groove, it's got meaning.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is having a fantastic Tuesday. Welcome back. Oh, we have another fun and exciting evening. I hope you guys are ready. I feel like we have so much to chat about. Well, one thing in particular to chat about tonight, but I want to hear from you guys because I feel like there's a lot of opinions. I have my own opinions, which obviously I'm going to share with you guys tonight. And we're going to, we're going to get down to why is DoorDash tracking drivers driving, right? So before we even get into that, I just want to say hello to everybody who is here so far. I know people are just starting to come in, but hey, Sheila, how are you? I am so sorry I missed I've been missing your lives lately, including the one last night, but you're still killing it. So you go, girl, keep going. Hey, High Speed Drifter, how are you? Thomas, what's up? How are you? Who else? Who else? Hey, Bubba Sue, how are you? Bud Soda. Hey, Christopher Taylor, what's going on? And hey, Anthony, Vegas representing. So New Jersey representing right now. Actually, there's a whole bunch of people here from New Jersey, so I can actually say that. Jaywalk, what's going on, my friend? How are you? Okay, so okay, but Soda, we are going to get right into it, I promise. So you said supposedly not selling it, but if they're not using it for their own insurance stuff, then I don't buy that for a second. Okay, we're going to get right into it. Okay, so, first of all, I feel like I need to break it down a little bit. So I started talking about this, and if you guys can remember better than I did, because I did do a video on this probably, I think it was like last summer at this point, where they actually rolled it out to just a couple of areas, and everybody on YouTube, on Reddit, on Facebook were like on an uproar about why is DoorDash tracking my braking and tracking my acceleration, and it was a pretty big thing. And back then, my opinion of it was, oh my God, this is such an invasion of privacy. Like, that was my first initial reaction. Thank you, Christopher Taylor. Much appreciated. So that was my first initial reaction when I first saw it. So, fast forward to today, what we're talking less than a year ago, and yeah, it is now rolled out to even more areas, including my own. So I got mine, I think it was Friday or Saturday. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of those days. So I even have it in my own area. And I feel like I'm jumping right into tonight's topic because I feel like it's really important to talk about. But I almost forgot to mention, if you guys are out there driving, don't forget to obviously check out the Gig Economy podcast if you guys are into podcasts, and of course along with mine as well, just some entertainment as you guys are driving. But anyway, so yeah, so you haven't seen it yet, really, and you're right by me. So maybe it's picking and choosing. It's not every single time, at least for me. It hasn't been every single dash. I feel like it's happened 3 times since maybe Friday or Saturday. So kind of take it with what it is. So those of you who are either listening to this or you're like, Kim, what the heck are you talking about? I don't have it yet. So it's called telematics. And basically what DoorDash is doing through your app and through your driving, they are tracking how many times you hard brake and I forget the exact terms. What is it? I want to say acceleration, rapid acceleration. I couldn't think of that last word, rapid acceleration. And they say that it's for safety. Do we believe that it's for safety? So you guys are going to have to let me know. Do you guys think that DoorDash has the best intentions in the world and think about all the time how safe the driver is? Do you truly believe that this is for the driver's safety? I'm just curious. What do you guys think about that? So the interesting thing is there is an option that, at least on mine, there was an option to silence it. They didn't say you can get rid of it. They said that you can silence it, which means they're still tracking your driving. You're just not getting notifications on what your driving is doing, right? So interesting. Yeah, I don't buy this for one single bit. Hey, Sarah, how are you? So you don't have it yet. It seems that they're looking for reasons to deactivate drivers, and I'm gonna get to that in a little bit because I have an opinion about that too. And it's a very valid point. So when you when you really think about it, right? Oh, DoorDash is a tech company. Well, they're a food delivery company, but they're a tech company, right? I don't buy for a second that they care about their safety. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think it's some shady stuff going on. I'll be completely honest. And Tyler, I've heard this too. Other apps like Lyft and Flex have been tracking for a couple of years now, and I don't pay attention to it too much. If it was honestly, I don't know. I feel like if it was any other company, I don't know whether we would be this much up in arms about it. I just feel like a lot of times DoorDash does some shady stuff. And I did not want to say stuff. They do some shady stuff that results us in questioning their motives on why they're doing this to drivers. I, I know. DoorDash is shady. What? um, yeah, I just think I think it is so shady. So, Christopher, you're saying it's a way to deactivate people plus selling information to insurance companies. We're gonna get into that as well. Uh, it's crazy to me that someone can really invade. I call it invade, right? I feel like they're invading our phones, right? Essentially, they're evading our phones to track our driving. So there could be a couple things, right? And a lot of this you guys have already mentioned. So gig work, Grizzly, how are you? I wouldn't care if they gave us a cut of the money when they eventually sell a data package to insurance companies. I think we have two things going on, at least in my opinion. I think they're selling, honestly, I think they are completely selling information to insurance companies. I think they're selling data. I think they're selling all of our information. I think it's shady as heck that they're doing this under false pretenses, if they are doing this, that they care about our safety. um, I think that's first thing. I think Sarah is right, and this is what I thought too. I think there's a lot of things that we don't know about that's going on with legislations in our own individual cities and states. Um, and I think a lot is going to be coming. And I think, in my opinion, they're preempting some deactivations, especially if some states roll out that they are only mandating a certain amount of drivers in certain areas or certain states. And that could, I mean, it's all, could at this point. We don't know what's happening. But they have the to me, they have this in place in order to do that. But when you think about it, and I'm thinking of me, and you guys can agree or disagree. It's absolutely fine. You can put your opinions in the chat and I will read them, even if you do not agree with me. I get it. Is, you know, and I guess I think about me personally. When you look at these metrics, DoorDash doesn't understand the circumstances of why you drive the way you do. So when I think about myself, I have a completely clean driving record. And you can think about yourself too, right? You can think about yourself as a driver. I have a completely clean driving record. My insurance for New Jersey, which by the way, New Jersey is one of the highest states for how much in a car insurance costs. New Jersey is the number one state. Well, yeah, it's the number one state. It has the highest population per mile in the entire United States. So I'm thinking about myself, right? Being a New Jersey driver. So according to my insurance and according to my records, I am a perfectly fantastic driver. But DoorDash is now, and I'm not going to share my, my telemetrics. You guys can, chat amongst yourselves. But if they tell me that I'm in the red because in New Jersey there's bumper to bumper traffic. In New Jersey, you have to stop at crosswalks for anybody who walks in a crosswalk, along with all of you, probably other states that you have to stop for people in crosswalks. And people just jut out in front of you. You have deer, you have I can probably think of 5,000 other things. You can be stopped. You have to stop at yellow for a traffic light. My God, I can think of everything else. So, according to DoorDash, if I'm in the red, I'm a bad driver. But that's not the case. You don't know the circumstances of why I braked hard. You don't know the circumstances of, do I need to speed up because I need to get through a gate to get through a train because a train is coming. Like there's so many different factors that in DoorDash's eyes to keep me safe, I might not be a good driver. So, and I'm going to be conspiracy theory here for just a little bit about this. What happens if DoorDash tells my insurance company what they think of me as a driver? So they're they're going to cause, like DoorDash, food delivery app might be a cause of my car insurance going up because you're selling them data. I know it's a little far-fetched, but can you guys actually see that happening? I could see that happening. Like, haha, these are all the drivers on the platform. We have your insurance information, so why not give the insurance all of your data and they can do whatever they want with it, right? Is that a little too conspiracy theory? I don't think it is. I don't think it's too far-fetched. If they cared if you were safe, that AR wouldn't matter because you got to take your eyes off the road to see the offers coming in. Josh, I couldn't have said that any better. Oops, sorry. I'd be screwed because I don't have commercial insurance. Yeah, it's not too far-fetched. I think uh, I don't like the fact, and I hate the fact. I'm not even lying. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I hate the fact that DoorDash has power like this over a driver to cause an effect on a driver that, according to me, I'm a good driver, according to the state of New Jersey, according to my insurance company, but I have a I have a gig app that might sell my information to an insurance company that says otherwise, but you don't know the circumstances of why I braked hard. I don't know what the correct English of that is. Or I accelerated too fast. Really? I yeah. I kind of this is where it kind of, in my opinion, circles back to, is it an invasion of privacy? Do you guys think that it's an invasion of privacy? Let me know. Do you guys think it's an invasion of privacy? Mm, oops. So I've done app tracking for Progressive directly and I hated it, but I drove like a grandma and they lowered my rate to $60 by $60. That's a pretty huge savings, I have to tell you. But the thing is I drive like a grandma. I completely do. I drive either the speed limit or I'm under because I don't want to get a ticket for something completely stupid because I'm driving for these gig apps. So I do drive. I feel like I'm extra cautious when it comes to driving, especially when I'm driving for, I know I am a grandma, when I'm driving for any one of these apps. But because of the state that I live in, there's a very good possibility I have to brake hard or I have to accelerate depending on the traffic patterns of New Jersey. Okay, all my New Jersey peeps, you have to agree with me on that one. Driving in New Jersey could be a little on the challenging side when it comes to traffic, when it comes to stoplights, when it comes to, God, crosswalks. There's so many things. Who's a grandma? I am totally a grandma. I I am 45 years old and I am a grandma. I'm really not, guys. I'm not a grandma. I have a 7-year-old daughter. But oh, right? So, Tyler, Florida, if you are driving the speed limit, you're driving too slow. $5. Wow, 5 over is the minimum. Oh, well, that's interesting. In some parts of New Jersey, like you go 1 mile, especially some of these, city roads or town roads, you go 1 or, excuse me, 2 miles over the speed limit, you get pulled over. That's why I drive like a grandma. I totally drive like a grandma, except when it kind of comes to the parkway. Then I go, yeah, then all bets are off and I need to get to where I need to get to. But and this is why I drive like a grandma. New Jersey drivers are crazy. I always say that I never worry about my driving. I worry about the crazy person to my left, to my right, in my front, or in my back. You never know what they're going to do. So I feel like my foot is almost always on the brake because people drive stupid. That's what it comes down to. People just drive stupid. And other people are causing me to be, in DoorDash's eyes, a bad driver. And uh, so I defensive drive here. Yeah. I'm I'm cautious and they still would say that I would be speeding. Yeah. I'm telling you, in the I'm in supposedly in the eyes of DoorDash, we're all horrible drivers. But so we're going back, and forgive me, I forgot who said this. I think it was Sarah. Sorry, I just remembered. I think it was Sarah. Could they deactivate drivers based off of this information? Could they be piling all this info to say, you know what? I don't want you're a bad driver. I don't want you on these platforms. But and I have to find it. Bear with me for 1 second. Someone said to me the other day, and I want to make sure that I quote it correctly. Find it. I think it was here. They encourage you to go as fast as possible, but they're punishing you for doing so. They want their orders, right, delivered fast and hot and get it done as quickly as humanly possible, right? Oh, but don't go too fast because we're tracking tracking your acceleration. Does that make any sense to anybody out there? Right? Does that make any sense? We want orders to get delivered. We want them to get delivered fast. We want you to turn it around. I think what was it? Was it Josh? Did you say this? And I'm sorry if Josh isn't the one who said it, and I'm quoting somebody else. You know, they don't care about our safety because they're sending orders as we're driving, and we have to look off of our phone. I mean, we have to look off of the roads to look at our phone. So technically, it's not about safety. Amen to that. Come during the summer. It's the only thing I'm going to say. Mm. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess with driving. Talk about crazy people, and not only that, but during the summer, you contend, at least I contend, and anybody who's actually in like a resort town or like any kind of like an attraction town, like you get a lot of out of state drivers that don't know local and state laws. So it becomes a little bit more trickier. And not only that, people are excited to get to their vacation, and they kind of lose sight on how they're driving. So I definitely agree with that. Well, congratulations on your 1,000 deliveries. That's awesome. Congratulations. So Texas drivers are bad, lots of road rage. I feel like it I don't know, maybe I feel like there's road rage everywhere you go. Um, I just, I feel like it's everywhere. But yeah, there's definitely a lot there's a lot of road rage. So, yeah, you're on a time limit to deliver the order. You are on a time limit, right? They put in front of your face. They put when you're supposed to pick up your order. And oh my God, if you're late for by 10 minutes for picking your order, you get a contract violation. So you can't tell me that drivers aren't speeding in order to get their deliveries done. They put a timer on exactly when you actually deliver your food. So they time you to get you the food delivered. So I feel like it's an oxymoron, right? Get it done quickly, get it done in a timely manner. But oh yeah, by the way, we're tracking your driving and we're tracking your acceleration. So don't go too fast. Like, does that make any sense to anybody? Uh, but they'll make sure they give you stacked orders and make it even harder on you. That is so it's so true, right? Like how much more difficult can they really make the driver's lives? Like and I know I've said it several times, like I feel as a driver it's an invasion of privacy. I don't want anybody coming into my phone. Like even when you go through the apps, and honestly I just got an Android and I don't know the first thing about how it works yet, but even I have an iPhone for my regular phone, and even when any app asks you to track it amongst your other apps, I say no. Like, I don't want any app to track my other apps on my phone. Like, don't you guys feel like that's an invasion of privacy? Like, how many times do you restart your DoorDash app and it asks you to track it against your other apps? And I'm like, no, you are not tracking my usage or any of my other apps. Like, I feel like that's an invasion of privacy, just like this is an invasion of privacy. If they were worried about our safety because they send stupid pops-ups about feeling safe, which takes your eyes off the road. I turned on the safety feature when it first rolled out, and then every single time it had asked me if I'm feeling safe in probably the most safest neighborhoods ever. And then when I was in an area that wasn't the best, I never got that pop-up. So I'm like, what's the purpose? You're I know you're collecting data, DoorDash, but it does not make me feel safer. So I turned off the safety feature because I'm like, it's not doing anything for me as a driver. Really? iPhones are poor people phone? What? I don't think so. I've had an iPhone since ever. I don't get that. I still need to figure out how to work the Android. I don't get it. I'll be honest. I have the Android and I just don't get it. I think I need a tutorial on how to work an Android. Maybe because I've had an iPhone my entire life. I'm like, I just don't get it. Ah, but oh wait, what? Creamy coconut Dr. Pepper? Is that a new flavor? Did I miss that? I totally missed that. Is that a new flavor, Christopher? If not, I feel like I need to go check it out. Hmm. Hey, Becky. I know. That sounds actually really good. And I feel like that sounds really good for the summertime. I feel like I want one. Oh, the poor people phone is the Android. Got it. I'm like, since when is the iPhone like a poor person's phone? I'm like, I wasn't getting that. Ah, now I get it. Yeah, I'm telling you, I feel like I need a tutorial on an Android. There are some things that just don't make sense. Like I did a video on my Android and I tried to send it to my iPhone, but it won't send a video more than like 10 seconds or something like that. I'm like, what kind of crap is that? What is that? I'm like, how do I get it from this phone to this phone? Ugh, anyway, it's a new flavor. Oh, sorry. It's a new flavor coming soon. Oh, I'm very excited about that. So Sheila, you had an iPhone since the existence of me too. I prefer iPhones. I feel like Android is more difficult. Maybe I just don't use it enough that I really just don't get it. I just don't get it. But maybe the more I use it, the more I'll get used to it. But I guess when you're so used to using one thing for like, God, how long has been the iPhone been out? Oh, Cassandra, welcome. Welcome to the live. And thank you for being here. Yeah. So anyway, that was just one thing. Another person said, um, DoorDash and Uber Eats are not food delivery companies. They are tech companies. They are tech companies. That's what they're known for, right? So they're not stupid. I think we think they're stupid. I think they think we're stupid. We're not stupid. I don't think they're stupid. I think they're extremely smart. I just think that they're shady and they do a lot of stuff behind our backs that we don't even know is happening. I mean, there has to be, and I don't know any legalities behind that. Oh, thank you, Thomas. Much appreciated. Dr. Pepper watching you and dad. That's funny. Yes, and I agree. A pretty crappy tech company. I get that, but they're not. I'll say they're not stupid, but there has to be legality. Like, and I couldn't. Okay, so couldn't you picture this happening? Stick with me just for a little bit, right? Couldn't you see this happening? Hmm. Let's come up with a way. We'll disguise it as safety. But before we even do that, let's just track drivers' data and then see what kind of data we get. And then let's see if we can sell it to like the highest bidder out there. I wonder what we can do with that information. And then they go to their lawyers and say, hey, this is what I want to do. And the lawyer's like, the driver should probably need to know about it in case someone takes you to court on that. So, okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll put it under safety. So the driver can't say that they didn't know about it. We told them we're tracking it, but we'll put it as safety. Couldn't you see DoorDash doing that? So initially, I honestly think they were just taking data from us for years. And then one day they're like, I think the drivers need to know so it doesn't become a lawsuit. I'm just saying. Uh, no way you hit the slot machine. and the Dallas Cowboys don't suck. I don't agree with that. But you hit a slot machine. That's amazing. Congratulations. And thank you, Josh. Much appreciated. Oh, I'm a little jealous. I really need to get to Atlantic City. I'm jealous you went to Atlantic City. I need to get to Atlantic City. Maybe this summer. Um, I don't know. I just see, Thomas agrees with me. Leave the Cowboys alone. I agree. Leave the Cowboys alone. So Christopher, you believe it's going to be another door for hackers to steal data? And it wouldn't surprise me. There's so many data breaches, right? That with all of these companies, God, it wouldn't surprise me. Hey, Lori, how are you? My evening is fantastic. I hope your evening is going well as well. Oh, thank you, Sheila. Much appreciated. Um, I just, yeah. Oh, Becky, we can't be friends now. The Cowboys. Oh, oh, I don't know whether we can be friends. An Eagles fan. If you were a Giants fan, I might be like, maybe even though Giants and Cowboys, but like I get it, you're from New Jersey, but Eagles, you kind of lost. You kind of lost me there. Hey, Gigwise, how are you? Uh, Next thing you know, you guys are gonna say there's something about the Yankees, and then those are really going to be fighting words. Uh, I deliver food full time? I do. I still drive 40 to 50 hours per week. So, yes, I am still a full-time driver. Go Cardinals. So, I think what is Yost Malone Cardinals too? I can't remember. No, Yost isn't Cardinals. I forget what Yost is. Um Oh, go Cubs. We have a whole bunch of baseball fans in the house. Um, but yeah, it's just starting. I feel like sometimes when I come home at night, I'm like, please be the game still on, and then I'll just have to get some of the replay. See, another Yankees fan in the house. Thank you, Tyler. Go Yankees. No. How can you say that? They are not garbage. Phillies? I'm gonna say, are you a Phillies fan, Josh? It would be typical if you're a Phillies fan. How many apps do I use? I think I'm up to 16 or 17 apps at this point. Sheila, I don't know how I do it either. A lot of juggling around and a lot of sleepless nights, but you know what? It's all worth it in the end because I get to hang out with you guys as much as I possibly can. So, oh, Josh, please tell me you're not a Mets fan. No. Oh, see, so why do you think the Yankees suck if you don't have a team to root for? You have to at least have something, right? Uh, anyway, just real quick, there were a couple more actually, was Michelle I think Michelle was Michelle in here tonight? Um, she thought it was absolutely ridiculous, and you know what, Michelle? I absolutely agree with you on that. And then, also someone said if a driver was to get into a crash, they would look back and see how this driver drives, and if they see hard brakes and fast speeds, why would they want that driver to continue to drive for their company as they are a high risk for another crash. Okay. I get that. I might not really agree with that because I still don't believe that this is a true account of how someone's driving is. Like, I don't think this data reflects me as a driver. To me, as long as I am in the state of New Jersey, I have a clean record, and according to my insurance company, I am a very good driver and my rates are low. To me, that's what matter. Like, I don't think DoorDash is the be all do all in my safety for when it comes to driving. I don't know. Okay. Ah, there we go. Another Yankees fan in the house. Okay. Because it's the Yankees. The fans are a bunch of they're not a bunch of crybabies that talk about the champions that weren't even born to see. I've seen a lot of champions, Yankee champions in my lifetime. So um there's nothing better than going to a Yankee game. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it right there. We used to, before my daughter was born, every year I would get they were nosebleeds, but I would get season tickets for the Yankees, and we would get 15 games a year, and it was so much fun, um, to have 15 games throughout an entire season, so always a Yankee fan, and then we went to we they included a spring training game when we were down in Disney, and I was literally, like, 5 feet away, well, this is back when, but I was literally 5 feet away from Derek Jeter and from A-Rod at the time, and we were that close. It was so amazing, so that's my fun that's my fun, Yankee story. I have other Yankee stories, but those are kind of fun times. Ah, so anyway, guys, I cannot I I just can't. So I just want you guys, if you guys don't have this yet in your area, just be on the lookout. You know, if you do have it in your area, I would say watch your driving if they're using it to deactivate drivers. I hope that's not the case. I hope that they're not going to use it against us, even though I don't have faith in that too much. Shut the front door. No, you will not. Okay. You so if the Yankees win the World Series this year, you're gonna super chat me $1,000. Get out of here, Josh. That's how confident I am that they won't win it all. Uh, it's so early in the season. But yeah. So State Farm already tracks my driving, so I get a discount. And there are some, and I'm okay with that, right? So you consented, right, by having State Farm track your driving as part of a discount on your car insurance. You signed up for that, right? You gave them permission to track your driving. And because of that, you were upfront and you knew exactly what they're tracking and you knew what the cause and effect of them tracking your driving is. DoorDash doesn't give drivers that option. Like they just said, nope, we're tracking your driving. We don't care what you think. We're just tracking your driving. We don't know what the end game is. We don't want to tell you why we're collecting this data, but we're collecting the data and we're letting you know we're collecting the data. I I just think it's sneaky. I think it's shady. I don't know. I don't agree with it whatsoever. And those are my thoughts and my opinions. But yeah, it's tough, and I agree. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Gig wise, but it's here in New Jersey. It's tough. It definitely is. uh, So, Rick, you said insurance companies pools their information. That's what your Allstate agent told you. Okay, interesting. Okay, so the rest of what does my rest of my week look like? So I'll talk a little bit about tomorrow. So I will be going live tomorrow. I don't know the exact time yet. I'm gonna assume 9:45, 9:50ish. So join me tomorrow. I am doing two catering orders back to back. They're totaling $110. So, catering has become such a important part of my day lately. And I'm not complaining because, it really has chipped away at my totals for my day. Oh, look at you, Ja. Oh, sorry. So you have 5 deliver that tomorrow. I can't even get 1 deliver that. Ugh, I hope you get elite. I hope you get it because I can't even get 1 order to come to my phone. So I pray for you. You become elite. So but yeah, it has really stepped up my, delivery game. I've also started partnering with other restaurants in my area. So yeah, I think it's a very valuable way of really earning money in this gig economy and has really been working for me. So anyway, I'm starting my day off with 2 catering orders tomorrow, and I'm going to try to take you guys along with me for those 2 catering orders. So if you guys are around, or Josh, if you're doing a catering order too, we can do the catering orders together. Um, so yeah, so come along with me tomorrow morning, Rideshare Rodeo on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I've been streaming it on this channel as well, along with Steve's channel. So don't forget to join us on Thursday. I think that's really it. I think for my week coming up, unless I unless I get more catering orders. I don't know, but I always love connecting you guys during these lives. So I appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight, and all my people out there. I really appreciate you, and I love connecting with you guys during these drives. As boring, you guys make those drives so not boring anymore. I actually get to talk to actually people like you're in the car with me. um I don't know Christopher. I need to connect with Zach. He's been extremely busy. So I haven't connected with him yet. I'm not sure if Wednesday is happening quite yet, but I will let you know. But anyway, that's my week coming up. So thank you guys so much for being here. Join me tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you guys then. Everybody, there are 28 people here. I can't see how many thumbs up I have, so I apologize. I didn't look, but there's 28 people here. So everybody, give this live a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. It's the best way of helping me, along with subscribing if you're watching this for the very first time. And guys, you know, thanks so much. Oh, sorry, a couple more things. Kim, when I used to do the long ride, lives, you were so right. The stream kept me company for hours. Yeah, I feel like you guys are in the car with me. It keeps me alive. It keeps me going. So I appreciate you guys being here. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. And until then, I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, everyone. If you're driving, stay safe. Remember, kindness is always free. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Peace out.
Stop believing now we can be who